All right, happy independence to every Nigerian out there, and I'm sure you're proud to be in Nigeria. Well, I'm proud to be in Nigeria, and I'm happy that I'm born in Nigeria. I'm glad to be in Nigeria. How about you? And it's a question that most of you will be like, why should I be proud of Nigeria? What's happening in Nigeria? Well, in any way, we still need to thank God for Nigeria. Congratulations to our dear country, Nigeria. Congratulations to every one of us. Congratulations to even the presidents of Nigeria. So you're welcome to Insight with Ojoma Yusuf on Kama TV. And today we are celebrating Nigeria at 62. And I will not be doing this alone here. I have Dr. Agoso Bamaiyi here with me. So Doctor, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ijoma. Congratulations for seeing the 62nd anniversary of Nigeria.
Yeah, we are all excited, and I'm sure you are too.
I am. In a special way.
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah. Well, I know some of us will be asking, why should we be celebrating in Nigeria, and what are we celebrating Nigeria for, and why should we even say we are growing, and or should we say we are already there, or we are still aiming to be there, or we are pointing to be there? So, sir, how can you describe the state of Nigeria in your own understanding?
Well, we have not arrived, but I think we have some reasons to celebrate.
Okay.
First of all, we're here. After all the challenges, despite all the challenges we have faced as a country. Yeah. When we started out, we had a bloody civil war, and along the way we've had various crises at different parts of the country and all that. But we're still here together as one country.
That's one reason why we should celebrate.
It's a major reason why we should celebrate this particular anniversary. And apart from that too, we have there's been a lot of political difficulties, economic challenges, etc., but we are still here. And you know what they say, and I believe in it, that as long as there is life, there is hope.
There is hope.
So we must remain hopeful. We are alive. We're here as a country, and we should celebrate the fact that we are still intact and we are the same country.
Yeah, we're still one.
We're still one. Yeah.
All right, Doctor. Can we now really say, like it's popularly known that Nigeria is the giant of Africa? Yeah. Can we now still say we are the giant of Africa, or we are still aiming at it, or we were once the giant of Africa and we're out of it now? What category can we really place Nigeria?
On potential, we are the giant of Africa. I mean, we have the potential. We have the resources like no other African country has. That's the natural resources. We have the human resources like no other African country has. We are the biggest economy in Africa. We have the biggest population, and which means we're the biggest market. And if we work on that well and do the right things, we have the potential to become by far the best place to be born and to live in Africa, and one of the top 10 best places to be born and live in the world. So we do have that potential, but in practice, in terms of international respect and honor and all that, I'm afraid there are a number of other countries that are more respected than Nigeria, South Africa, Egypt, etc. When they sit down in the global community and discuss relationship with Africa, we usually do not feature high, but we do have the potential. Are we the giant of Africa? I would say yes, but we still have a long way to go to manifest it.
Manifest it. I like that word, to manifest it. All right. Judging from our economic sector, yes, it's no more news. Like, we all know what is really happening. I got a call from a friend today, and then he told me he took a flight from Sokoto down to this place with 420,000, and I shouted, I said, money for land. That's what you used to, like, everything is now on the high side. Right. Everything, particularly. So I don't know, can we now say economically we are dragging, or we are pushing behind, or we are just pushing to get there?
Yeah, we're pushing. We're pushing. That's the right word to use. We're pushing. Globally, the cost of living has gone up globally.
Okay.
For a number of reasons. COVID-19, the lockdowns that followed it, affected the economy of the world, and the world was trying to come out of that, bounce back when Russia invaded Ukraine. And Russia and Ukraine, both of them are very important to the economy of the world.
Okay.
Ukraine is a food basket of the world, actually. It supplies grains for most parts of the world. Russia too supplies grains, and then fertilizer, gas for Europe, etc., etc. So that war, threw the economy of the world off, and we're affected as a country. Nigeria is affected with that. So when we say the economy of Nigeria is in a bad state, we have to put it in context. The global economy is in bad state.
Okay, not just Nigeria.
But coming back to Nigeria itself, our manufacturing sector is zero.
Okay.
It's really not there, and the power is one of the problems. So if we want to fix the economy, we have to fix power, because our economy would not be as strong as it has the potential for if we are not producing. Right now, we're a consumer nation. We consume. We borrow money to consume, and as it stands, right now, we are servicing our debt with more money than we are making. So our income is not as high as our debt servicing, and that's why some people say technically Nigeria is bankrupt. And actually, that's the definition of bankruptcy, when you are paying debts a lot more than you're making. It's just that we have a lot of things we can fall back on, and the rest of it. So economically, things are not in good shape for Nigeria. But that has to be said. Apart from the problem with the global economy, without the problem with the global economy, we would still be talking the problems with the Nigerian economy. We have a lot to do, and that has not been done properly. And so we are not where we should have been at the age of 62. We are far behind it, and pushing.
All right, people, I think at this point of time, we'll go on a short break and we'll come back. Don't forget, this is Insight with Ojoma Yusuf on Kama TV, and I've been here discussing it with Dr. Agoso Bamaiyi, a strategic planner, and also he is a lecturer from the Modibo Adama University. So thank you so much. Alright guys, welcome back to the show today. Don't forget, we are celebrating Nigeria. We are appreciating God for Nigeria. We are 62 today, and it's worth celebrating. Alright, and I've been discussing here today with Dr. Agoso Bamaiyi, a public affairs commentator. So you're welcome back to the show from the break.
Thank you.
And we've been talking about Nigeria, our state of economy. Yeah, and I would like us to deviate a little now to the security aspect of Nigeria. I'd like you to tell us about our state security in Nigeria. I know we've been having challenges for a while now. Yes, we have challenges that everyone is aware of. So can you actually tell us maybe a little way out, and how do you think we can really manage this aspect of security?
Security-wise, things are bad. There's we cannot whitewash this, and we cannot talk around.
Cannot pretend about it.
Things are bad security-wise. As a matter of fact, there's a national fragile national index. There's an index that studies the fragility of nations, how fragile they are. In 2022, and it's a very technical study. It's carefully done. It's not just people sitting down and apportioning numbers.
Okay.
It's calculated. It's scientific.
Okay.
It indicates Nigeria is the 16th most fragile country. In other words, if there are countries out there that are likely to break up or break down, or fail,
Yeah.
and you begin to count them 1, 2, 3, 4 in terms of the possibility of failure, of fragility, Nigeria is number 16. Wow. Out of 200 and so countries and regions in the world, Nigeria is number 16. And the main reason for that is the security problem in Nigeria. In the north central, in the northeast, you know, all across the country, you have security challenges, and it seems like our security forces have been overwhelmed, and because we are always reacting. That proactiveness doesn't seem to be there. We're always reacting. It will happen, an attack will take place, and then the soldiers or the police or whichever security agency is called upon will rush in. So security-wise, things are not where they should be. There was a time in Nigeria where you could travel in the night.
Yeah.
You know, and then be free, and you could park by the roadside and pass the night. Nobody would harass you. You would not be attacked. Nothing would happen. But you don't dare do it these days. There are communities that people don't go to because the roads are not safe. I was talking with a colleague yesterday who had to travel, and she sat down and was calculating and making calls, asking people
before
before traveling, which road is she to take, because she would travel to Abuja by air, and then from Abuja to where she's to deliver a paper, she would have to go by road. And there are alternatives, so you have to sit down and calculate which one to take,
arrangements, because
you don't want to be kidnapped. There's a lot of kidnapping going on, kidnapping for ransom, kidnapping for whatever reason, political reasons. There's a lot of armed robbery going on. The insurgency is still on. Apart from the insurgency, you have these banditry outlaws, you know, in the villages all across the north, just causing havoc and all that. And we've seen those attacks beginning to manifest in the southwest, and in the southeast. IPOB is there. You have the military arm of IPOB, you know, and all kinds of criminalities going on, killings going on, and all that. Security-wise, things are bad. That's what I can say. As far as security is concerned, there's no reason for celebration there.
Okay, as far as security is concerned, and eventually we've lost a lot of soldiers. We've lost a lot of people,
civilians, ordinary people, boys, girls, women, men. Some communities had to pack and leave their communities because things are bad. They keep getting attacked by bandits, and there's no protection for them. They have to move. You know, in some communities, it's only the men. In some villages, it's only the men that are there. You know, their wives and their children have left. They stay there for the sake of their farms, and they have to defend themselves. You are farming with one hand, you are holding a weapon with the other hand. You have to keep people that keep as sentries, you know, that are watching, so that if they see any movement, they raise the alarm, and you can defend yourself. Either you run or you defend yourselves. That's how some communities are living now, and that's how bad things are. We cannot stay in the cities and in the towns. Even the cities and the towns are not even safe too. So security-wise, I repeat again, we have no reason to celebrate.
All right. So then seeing all this, what's your call to the government? How do you think we can really manage this?
You know, there cannot be prosperity in a country without security. People will not come in and invest in your country if security is not guaranteed. Your citizens who have money and can start industries and all that will also not invest as long as there is no guarantee that their investments will be protected. I mean, the insurance companies will there are certain parts of Nigeria that insurance companies don't want to insure companies that go there to work. If you go there to work, you are on your own. There will not be the economic development that we want without security. Our children will not get the proper education that is necessary for them to build a great future for themselves and build a great country for us without security. Nothing will work properly without security. We will only manage, and you cannot manage things to greatness. We have to fix security. We just have to fix it.
Wow.
So let the government do whatever it can do And I don't believe that the government doesn't know what to do. We have intelligent, educated people in government.
Yeah, true.
They know what to do. It's the willpower to do it. For me, I see that the willpower to take the necessary action and impose governance where there is lawlessness, that is what is lacking, is the will, the political will. That's the way I see it.
Now, I learned something so key right now. He said there's no prosperity without security. We're going on a short break. Just stay back and then follow us shortly as we continue. Thank you. Alright guys, welcome back to the show. I know it's interesting today, right? Celebrating Nigeria and also dishing some kind of things that you have to know and then we have to work on. Doctor, thank you so much for really contributing your process today. And I really appreciate your coming to the show today. Yeah, and you've been talking of how we can really you were telling the government how they can really push up things to make security, because without security there is nothing that can prosper, as you say.
That's right.
Yes, and aside from the government aspect, I think the citizens of the country has their own part to play. So can you as well help us to point out some things you think we the masses can do to help Nigeria grow and become a better place?
That's right, and I would love to do that, because I love talking to Nigerians. First of all, believe in Nigeria. Okay. Continue to believe in Nigeria. Believe in the oneness of Nigeria. Believe in the strength of Nigeria. Believe that Nigeria is the giant of Africa. It might not be a reality now, but that we will get there. Yeah. Things will get better. Nigeria go better. I keep telling people, anytime I make a post on the social media, I always end it, if it's talking about Nigeria, I always end it with Nigeria go better. You have to have that belief. Believe in your country. Believe in Nigeria. Have that belief. Number two, push yourself personally to be the best that you can be. I mean, we want the country to be the best. But what is the country? Who are the country? It's the citizens of the country. Yeah. The glory of a king is in the number of his people. The glory of a country is in its people. When we say China is great and we say America is great, it's not the geographical location. It's the citizens that bestow greatness of the country because they've pushed themselves to become better. So I would encourage every Nigerian, do your best. I know things are tight, things are hard, no money this, no money that, circumstances are not moving, but whatever you can do to be a better person, do to be a better person. If you are a singer, work on singing better. You are an instrumentalist, work on playing instruments better. You are a presenter, work on doing the presentations better. Whatever it is that you do, work on becoming better and better and better at it. Be the best that you can be. The third thing I would love to say is we need to be law-abiding. Things are so bad all across the country that you will easily be tempted to join the crowd. You would easily fall back to, everybody is doing it, let me do it.
So I can do it now.
Yeah, let me just do it. Everybody's doing it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Especially our young people. We must have a different attitude. I tell young people, I say, we complain about Nigeria, we complain about how things are bad, the generation of your parents, how they've mishandled this country, etc., etc. But if you go on like you are going on and learning these bad ways, you would end up doing worse than your parents' generation during your time.
True, sir.
So I talk to young people, I say, be different. You know, there's a phrase I use, youth with a difference. Youth with a difference. Think differently. Think lawfully. Be law-abiding. Stay within the law. Do the lawful things. Don't give bribes. Don't take bribes. Don't ask for bribes. You know those simple things. Obey traffic rules. They are just simple, ordinary things. You know, you're driving in your car, or somebody you're sitting in a transport vehicle. You eat corn. Don't just throw away the husk from the window. You know, I gathered everything inside my car. When I get home, I come down, pack it together, and I put it in a dustbin, and the dustbin is disposed of properly. All those simple things. Be law-abiding. be clean. Keep your environment clean. You know, the atmosphere around you. You know, put flowers and plants around your house. Beautify your house. Don't look at European houses and say, hey, it's so beautiful. What are you doing about your house? The government will not come and do that for you. So we have to, as citizens, we have to work towards being the best, doing the best, and remaining law abiding.
All right, sir. You've talked to us on being the best and also remaining law abiding. Aside from that, right, I want to give you this personal question. This is my question to you.
Yeah.
If peradventure you're given the opportunity to lead the nation right now, like what do you think you can really hit on, picture on, and make Nigeria a better place?
The first thing I will do is declare emergency on education.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then set up a committee that would work on how we can revamp education. And part of the major things we will do, since we have declared an emergency, is to get the legislature to back a plan that I would present to them to put 40% of the budgetary allocations into education. There is no future without an educated population. There's just no way around it. Ba yadda za mu zama kasa mai girma in ba mu sa yaran mu su yi makaranta masu kyau ba. We just have to educate our children. That's the first thing I would do. And then, but close to that, I would dwell on the social welfare sector. Look at health, food security. 19.5 Nigerians have been declared by the World Food and Agriculture Organization that this year they would suffer hunger in Nigeria. They are at risk of hunger in Nigeria. 19 million, that's a big population. So we would work on food safety, food security, food availability, potable water, clean water, those small things that makes a lot of difference in the lives of individuals, so that they can be in health and in good shape to concentrate on their education, concentrate on the upbringing of their children, and bring up children that are highly talented, highly gifted, well educated, to give us a great country. So I would, after education, the social sector, social welfare sector, and then we talk about returning the country to productivity, which means that we would have to work on the manufacturing sector and make sure that power is in place. You know, all those things that are necessary for our manufacturing sector to be functional, we bring them back together and have us producing things and serving our population and producing things that we're exporting, instead of importing everything, including toothpicks and matches.
Seriously? All right, people, I think I've learned a lot today, and I'm sure you out there watching has also learned a lot. We can also make Nigeria a better place on our own parts by being law abiding and also making sure you do things the right way at the right time, and also fixing things that you know is right at your power. Well, this is all we can take today on Insight. Don't forget, I have been with Dr. Agoso Bamaiyi. We've been talking basically on Nigeria, issues affecting Nigeria and celebrating Nigeria. Happy independence again to Nigeria, and also happy anniversary to Nigeria. I love Nigeria. I am proud to be in Nigeria, and I'm happy I am in Nigeria. Don't forget to like our page, follow, subscribe, and also drop your comments to make the view a better place. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, and bye for now.